Hello. In this video, we'll be going over installing and downloading the necessary tools and software that you need to get ForMAPL up and running on your system. So first of all, we need to download and or update R. So in order for ForMAPL to run, you need at least R version 4.1.0, which was released back in May of 2021. So if you've used R in the past couple of years, you should at least be on this version. Optionally, we also want to install RStudio, which makes it easier to work with installing packages and using Shiny apps, but you don't have to. You can just use base R if you want. We will also go over downloading and installing RStudio. And optionally, if you're using a Windows-based system, you'll need to download RTools. If you have a Mac or a Linux system, the compilers for C++ code are already included in the operating system, so you don't need to install RTools. RTools only for Windows. Then we'll go over installing the required R packages. So the remotes package, which allows us to install ForMAPL and all of its dependencies locally on your system. The DevTools package, which lets us build and compile R packages, as well as a couple of other packages like the leafgl, which we need a custom version, which by the time you receive the tool as a public release on CRAN, you shouldn't have to do this. But for right now, all of these steps are required for beta and alpha testing the app. So I thank you for your patience in going through these steps, but just note that in the future this will be streamlined and simple to actually get ForMAPL up and running. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is download and update R. So we can go ahead and go to our web browser here, and go ahead and open up a new window. And here we have my browser. So we need to go ahead and go to www.rproject.org. We go ahead and make this a little bigger so we can all see it. So this is the R homepage. So what we need to do is we need to go and find our R download for our system. So you can come here to this download option, click on CRAN, and we're going to want to go ahead and click on this first link. This should work for everyone. It's an automatic redirection. Okay, it's a little bigger here. Now we want to download the appropriate version of R for our system. If you're running Linux, you will go here to download R for Linux, and you will choose your distribution, and you can download it for your appropriate distribution. If you're using Ubuntu-based systems, you can copy the code here into your terminal and it will install R for you. If you're using macOS, you'd come click on the macOS link and you download the package file for Apple Silicon. If you're using a Mac in the past couple of years, you should probably use this one. If you have an older Intel-based Mac, you can download this package here. Just make sure you download the right one for your system. And for most of us, which I'm assuming will be using Windows, we can click Download R for Windows. And we want to click on Base and download whatever version it shows here, which should be the latest. And if you're also updating R, this will be the same process. You simply download the latest version of R and you should be good to go. Because how R works is that you're not updating R itself, you're installing a new version. So every R version is like its own separate installation. So if you want to have the latest version, you need to download the latest version from R itself. So I'll go ahead and click on this. I'm going to save this to my downloads folder, and you can see that it is running up here. So you can go ahead and you can click on the executable, the package file, or paste the code into your terminal, depending on what system you're using. Windows, I can click on the exe file. It will go ahead, it will open up for me, and it will prompt me to go through the setup. You can press OK, next, and the defaults for all of this. My R is already installed, so I'm going to say no. Just go through the setup, click next, click OK, and R should be up and installed. Okay, so that's R downloaded. Next thing we want to download is RTools. Again, this is only for Windows-based systems. If you run a Mac or Linux system, you do not have to do this. This is just for Windows. So if we're on a Windows system, we can go back to where we clicked on Download R for Windows. There's a link called RTools. So this allows you again to build R packages on on Windows. So you come here to click on this link, and you want to match your RTools version to the version of R that you're running. So since in our case we downloaded R 4.5, we want to make sure that our R tools is at least 4.5. If we have an older version of R, just 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, download that version of R for your system, you should be good to go. So I'm going to download R tools version 4.5. You're going to come here and find this installer link. You're going to click on it, and you're going to download it. This file is decently large. It's around 500 megabytes, so it may take a second depending on your internet connection. Once it's done, again, you can simply click on the exe, and it will launch the installation. And you can go ahead and click Next and OK, and it will send you through the installer. So here, I can click on Next. My R tools already exist, so I won't do this, but just go ahead, go through the installer, and you should be good to go. I'll exit the setup since mine's already installed. Okay, so optionally now, you can go ahead and we can download RStudio. So I would highly recommend using RStudio. If you use R, it just makes everything so much simpler and easier. So you can go ahead and type in RStudio in our browser, and you're going to want to download it from posit.co. There's our posit link. We can click on this, and you want to scroll down until you find the option to install RStudio for Windows. I'm going to download this, and it will download the executable. And we can go ahead, once it's downloaded, we can go ahead and launch it. Give it a second here. Okay, we can go ahead and simply launch the executable. And we can go through the setup process. Mine's already open and running, so I don't have to do this. But please just go through the process of installing it like you typically would, and you should be ready to go. Okay, so now that we have all those softwares installed, we've downloaded R for our appropriate system, we've downloaded our tools if we're on a Windows-based system, and we've set up RStudio. We can now go ahead and get the app ForMAPL installed, which we will do in the next series of videos.